I'm getting rid of Love and Basketball because I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. This movie has led so many Black women astray.
Hey, young. Let's go.
God.
Please pontificate.
She was
history. Go ahead.
gaslit by this trifling, broken nigga from day one.
What up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. Welcome to the Friday show. We are in the building. I'm Adam Butler. That's Paul Spann.
Black Man Spann back in the building.
And you tuned to
the MSR podcast virtual edition with the beautiful Nargis with us for today.
What's happening, Nargis?
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. We got a lot to talk about today. We're going to be talking about, in fact, we're going to be playing One Gotta Go. We haven't played One Gotta Go in a very long time, okay? It's Valentine's Day edition, One Gotta Go. Black love stories or romance films, whatever you want to call it. Be playing One Gotta Go, and then we're going to have a little discussion afterwards about rom-coms and all of that. You know, we always like to take things a little bit deeper than the surface level, all right? So we're going to be talking about that. We got a couple of movies that we're going to talk about. There was one movie that we couldn't throw in. We're going to talk about that just in a hot second, but before that, let's get to the stuff, all right? Because we got some clowning to do. We got some making fun to do. I gotta be honest with you. We got to make fun of somebody for a minute. It's okay. It's all love. All right. If you are following us on social media, shouts out to you. If you haven't, follow us on Instagram, MSR Tribe, okay? Follow us on Facebook, Mindstream Radio. We're not on that other app anymore. We are technically still on the app, but we're not going to be using that app. So you want to follow us on Threads, MSR Tribe as well, okay? If you're watching us on YouTube, go ahead and like and subscribe, hit the notification button. Please comment on the video if you listen to us on podcast platforms. Remember to rate and review the show. Appreciate everybody we building the audience up, and that's what I really like, man. We're building the audience up, we finding our audience, and we really appreciate you all for rocking with us. There's a little poll out on my personal account right now, just kind of getting the gauge of who's listening to the show, who's not listening to the show. If that poll is still up, I might repost it anyway. If the poll is still up on my personal page, and we'll put it on the MSR Tribe page as well. Go ahead and participate. It just helps us figure out what's going on and how we can better feed you, the audience, the food that you want and need. All right?
For sure.
All right.
For sure.
Okay. So we're talking about rom-coms, right? We're going to play One Gotta Go. I'm going to go ahead and let you know that right now we're playing One Gotta Go with Love Jones, Love and Basketball, The Best Man, and Brown Sugar, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes,
okay. Sir. In my opinion, I think my wife would agree too. I think most people would agree too. And I say that because I'm not sure she can hear, but her mind going to probably hear it to spin when she hears this. We're leaving off a crucial one. We're leaving off Boomerang, okay? And we're leaving off Boomerang starring Eddie Murphy and Robin Givens and Holly Berry, Martin Lawrence, Chris Rock, David Allen Greer, Eartha Kitt,
Grace Jones.
Grace Jones, thank you. Mm-hmm. All these people. Mm-hmm. Classic black film. We're leaving it off because one of the blackest people I know and I've ever known, Nargis has never seen. Nargis is one of the blackest people I ever met in my life. He's the blackest nigga I ever seen and ever met. That ain't a black motherfucker. But by the way, that ain't a black ass nigga. But but you got the black ass nigga soul.
Hey, she likes skin, but she's still a dark nigga.
Yeah, hey, look, we the black niggas, like we the dark niggas, right? This nigga is darker than both of us. Okay.
Oh shit.
This is the blackest motherfucker I know.
That's a tough task.
And that's a tough ass task. Okay, this motherfucker Bernie Mac black. Okay. And this nigga ain't never seen Boomerang. What the fuck? Explain yourself through your tears. You shouldn't cry.
Never had any interest. I just did it. Okay, so maybe this is because I do not, and this is from obviously a woman's standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was in the era of like Eddie being viewed as like a sex symbol.
Okay.
And it's like
Maybe.
that's it. But just from
that
the
was when he had his S curl. Yeah, I think
the
she might
packaging,
be right
the
on that one. She might
packaging
be
of
right
it,
on that one.
right? Him being
Right.
suave and done. I don't want to see that.
Damn, Eddie can't be suave and debonair, yeah.
You can for people
Okay.
who seek you out for that. I
Mhm.
heard you did great in it. That's
Right.
not why I seek you out, Eddie. I seek you out for imitations and Aunt Bunny with the mustache and the purple suit and McDonald's and ice cream. Like that's what I look for you for. I want to laugh. I don't want to see
Can I
you
add
have this
something?
back and forth with women.
Real quick, I'm sorry. Something just dawned on me, okay? And I'm sure you don't like when I do this, and I do apologize to you. But they're for the people listening. You and Smooth the same age, right?
I don't know.
How
I
old is
think I
Smooth?
might. I think I got a year on him.
Okay, so what's Smooth? 38?
38, something like that. I think he's 38.
So yeah,
LT like
and I just
38.
hit 39.
Right. Okay, so
I
y'all
think I'm the first to turn 39.
all
They
right, so
will
you're
be
not the
39
youngest on
later.
the show,
Right.
right? But
LT
there is
is.
yes, LT is, but there is an age gap between me and y'all, and then like me and Paul and y'all, right? I'm not even trying to jump right now. Like I always call Paul old, but he is, but I'm not making that joke right now.
Yeah,
I'm 4
it's a
years
real
older
thing.
than you, Adam. So that makes
and
me
I'm
whatever years
44.
older than them.
Right. Okay, so what I'm saying is that off air we were talking about this, and she mentioned that she's more of a nutty professor, just that, and so
which makes sense.
Even Boomerang is even a little old for me, right? Like I didn't go see Boomerang in the movie theater, nothing like that. Boomerang, I was probably like 10 years old when Boomerang came out. I wasn't, so by the time I found Boomerang, let's say I was like 14 for real, 15 when I really could watch Boomerang and really understand. My dad and them was going to see Boomerang, right?
Mm-hmm.
So but I did come to learn about Eddie Murphy not from Nutty Professor and the other little like kid movies he was starting to do, right? Shrek and all that. I came to learning about Eddie Murphy through Boomerang, through Harlem Nights. Like it was this little gap. When he did Vampire in Brooklyn and shit like that was really when the point I'm trying to make is that you don't need to see that one.
I saw Harlem Nights.
At all.
Harlem Nights is my favorite.
I saw Harlem Nights. It's amazing.
Yeah. And so so what I was saying to you off air is that you had made a comment that you weren't like the biggest fan of Eddie Murphy's acting. And I'm arguing that you are, I think, right? But because the movies that you're naming other than like 48 Hours and Beverly Hills Cop, I'm assuming you like Coming to America, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I
like him being, funny.
You like Harlem Nights. I like him being funny. It's hilarious. You like Harlem Nights, right? You like Nutty Professor. Do you like Life?
It's a quotable movie. It's not something I'd like just be like, oh, I want to watch Life. But
okay,
cool.
but you enjoy it.
I respect what it is in the black cinema sphere.
Right.
That's like half of his. That's like half of his category that really matters.
Right.
Actually, more than half.
I didn't even see Boomerang in the movie theater, so I fully understand that.
But what I'm saying is that I get why there's like two different Eddie Murphys. I'm not gonna waste a whole lot of time on this, but it's like two different Eddie Murphys. There's like the kiddie movie Eddie Murphy, and then there's like the 80s Eddie Murphy. And I can see how they're like it's two different Dave Chappelle's, right? I showed Jen the first Dave Chappelle special, the crack baby sprinkle crack on and all that, right? Yes.
Or Killing Them Softly.
Killing Them Softly was the HBO one, the first one, the very famous one he did in DC with They
For
Love
What
It.
It's Worth. Yep.
Okay, is that okay? Yes. And she didn't find it as funny as his newer stuff because she wasn't as used to the zingy, zany, crazy Dave Chappelle, right? So what I'm saying is that if you really came to age during the Nutty Professor Shrek era of Eddie Murphy, I can see how sex symbol Eddie Murphy don't do it for you. You know what I mean? That's what he was in the 80s. He was the coolest dude in the world in the 80s. In the 90s and 2000s, he became like a caricature to the point where his movie stopped being funny. Now I think he's finding his footing again as a comedian, as a
Right.
anyway.
The Dr. Doolittle era was
During that time, that's
when
when he was doing movies like Metro and things of that sort. I know y'all.
Even after that though, because she's talking about she's really talking about the late 90s into 2000s Eddie Murphy, Murphy who was making flops, frankly, after Shrek. You know what I mean? And so I can see how if you kind of came up watching that, but you recognize that this great stuff is great. You may skip a movie like Boomerang because it's just like, I get it. But what I'm saying to you, and I've been talking way too long, you need to watch Boomerang. Boomerang might be, to me, that's hilarious. Okay.
And you're right. Killing Them Softly was before For What It's Worth. I had to do it.
Okay, cool. I appreciate
one was 2000, one was 2004.
Cool. So yeah, that first one, Killing Them Softly. But to end my long ass rant, and I apologize, audience. The Boomerang, to me, is his best movie, and so I think you should just see it just for that.
In the Eddie Murphy spectrum,
some people will tell you Boomerang is his best one. I believe Harlem Nights. The majority, I think it's Coming to America. There's a good chunk of people that will tell you Boomerang is the best of them.
Okay.
So check it out.
Okay. I'll watch. Just
he said all of that to tell you to watch the movie.
Watch the movie. That was a long way of saying.
Watch the movie. Right. You could have summed that up 4 minutes ago.
I could have. I will say, I agree with you. That was a long rant. I apologize. All right, let's jump right into it. Let's play One Gotta Go right after this. All right, so Valentine's Day is this weekend. By the time you're watching this show, Valentine's Day will be right up on you fellas, so do your thing. And of course, while it's Valentine's Day, we're here to talk about Black iconic love stories, okay? We're going to play One Gotta Go. We love to play One Gotta Go on the show. It's one of our favorite things to do. So we're going to choose between Love Jones, Love and Basketball, Brown Sugar, and which one am I missing again? Love Jones, Love and Basketball, Brown Sugar, and Best Man.
And we're talking about the very first one, right? That's all we're talking about.
Yeah, we're not talking about Holiday and the series.
Should have put the wood in there.
All right.
Y'all want to we can throw the wood in there? We can do whatever we want. Let's throw the wood in there. And the wood.
Oh, okay. All right. There we go.
Gone and the wood. Okay. And
it's all the same
wood.
Damn actors.
So that's the thing about this. So we were chatting about this in our group chat. We tried to figure out how we could throw in other movies. So that's where Boomerang came in, right? So we were trying to figure out like a movie without either Tay Diggs, Nia Long, Sanaa Lathan, Morris Chestnut. Yeah, Omar Epps.
They the formula, bruh.
They were in all of them. Formula. One of them was in every one of these movies.
Yeah.
Okay. Sanaa Lathan is in The Wood.
Yep.
At the end.
Yeah. Okay, so anyway. All right. I will go first.
Let's go.
And this is probably out of all the ones we've done, this could be the most difficult one for me. I really don't want to get rid of any of these. Okay. And y'all threw The Wood in there. And The Wood is one of my all-time favorites. It's actually kind of personal to me. Really reminds me of me, Derek, and Francis growing up. We were like, I was the tall, skinny, crazy one.
You were slim.
Francis was Tay Diggs' character. Derek was Omar Epps' character. Like we really saw ourselves as a great movie.
Is it a rom-com or is it more of a?
And that's why it's got to go.
Okay.
And that's why it's got to go.
Okay, I was gonna say we could take it back out if it.
No, that's the one that's going.
You just made it easy for him, actually, Nog.
Yeah, you actually made it easy for me, but still hard because I have to say before I pass it on to whoever's going next that if we were doing movies, that would never go. It's one of my favorite. I love that movie, but it's not. I don't feel it's a rom-com. I feel it's a coming of age movie.
Coming of age story. Yep.
It is.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
And happens to have a love story in it. Yeah.
Happens to have a somewhat love story in it, but really it was about these dudes trying to grow up and trying to figure it out and trying to get his man. Right. And yes, Omar Epps had a love interest in the movie that played around them trying to get Tay Diggs to his actual wedding because he's having cold feet. But really, it's about them coming up in their friendship. That's really what the movie is about. Their
I
friendship.
don't want to give you that alley-oop then.
Damn. Why you say it?
Cause in my emotional female mind,
I
don't care about y'all coming of age. I care about.
Well, no, but it might not go.
I care about their relationship.
No, well, you might. No, so no, let's not take it out. But it is going for me. Okay, it is going for me.
Right.
If you want to be fair, I'll come up with an honorable mention later. But I'll say for me, the would go. Okay. Nargis, you go next, then P.
Yeah.
I don't know my answer yet.
Okay, P, go ahead.
I'm good. So listen, while I was giving Nargis grief about not seeing Boomerang, I must readily admit something about myself. so this will be pretty. I've probably only seen Love Jones.
Oh wow!
Fleetingly in passing. And go ahead, give me all the grief. Give me all the grief that's necessary. Give me all the grief that's necessary.
Paul, weren't you there?
The movie came out in '97, right?
No, he said
in '97.
Wasn't you running one of the cameras?
I was 18 years old in '97, and I really had to think to myself, what was I doing that I never saw? I really can. So we think
Smoking
I'm 19. It's a nice strong possibility. Well, no, not a strong possibility. Definitely was smoking. I think how old I was probably 2 years away from having Anton. Jessica was my girlfriend at the time, so that may explain a lot.
True.
She probably didn't let me go to the movie, but I'll say this just because I don't have the overt emotional attachment to Love Jones the way that someone that had really mind you, I have seen it, but I haven't really invested into it. And I know that's going to make me look and sound crazy amongst the spoken word snap community. I know.
It's really just for the Lorraine state of it all.
However, yeah, it's for one, love and basketball. I mean, come on, man. It encompasses all the things I love. You know what I'm saying? Basketball, black people, and love. You know
basketball, black people.
Love. Then we have Boomerang. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I gave
Boomerang not in it.
Oh yeah,
Boomerang not in
it. We took that out.
Yeah.
But all the other for
Brown
me,
Sugar and Best Man.
Brown Sugar, hip hop, and the formula, Sanaa Lathan, Tay Diggs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they're the process. Joel Embiid
Queen
is in the
Latifah
process.
in that joint,
you know what I'm saying? And my man,
Yassine Bey.
Mighty Most. That was back when he was Most Def. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So that can go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? That can go nowhere. The Wood is solid. You know what I'm saying? I can't drop that movie. And what others do we have there?
Best Man.
Come on, classic.
Yeah.
Classic. Yeah. Man sat there and imagine the man flogging his wife at his wedding. You know what I'm saying? You can't.
That's terrible. Let me ask you before Nargis go. Weren't you there? For the audience, y'all, maybe the older audience might remember it if y'all are still around, but the audience may never know what we're talking about. But we did a Love Jones watch party at Bliss years ago, with some other organizations that we used to work with, podcasters we used to work with at the time, and it like a huge, when I say fight, no one threw hands, but a huge, ugly, nasty argument broke out over who was right, Nina or whatever Tay Diggs' character name was. I mean, huge
Darius. Yes, that was his name.
Like they were up at each other's face. It was a dude and woman, and like they were like, it got nasty so much. So I had to, you don't remember this? I had to get up there and I had to say, like, at the end of the day, it's not about being right. It's not, I had to, like give like a speech.
Hey,
you weren't there?
Hey. I think I might have showed up later on.
Bro, I had to get up and like scold the room and be like, they were here to listen to each other. If you want, how we gonna have relationships if everybody trying to just be right all the time? And it got that bad.
Wagged his finger at everyone.
You had to get
I'm
stern.
dead ass.
And
I thought you were there. We watched it. We did like a whole event. Maybe you don't remember, but either way, that was
no. I think I came later on. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
That shit was crazy, but okay. Yeah. Anyway. All right, so Love Jones for Paul. The Wood
just
for
because
me,
of the emotional connection part.
The Wood, saying the Wood for me actually makes me sad to even say that. But yes, the Wood for me, and then for Nargis, what do you have?
Let's go.
All right, so
let you clear your throat.
I like the Wood. Brown sugar is like, it's fun. It's cute. I won't touch it. It's not as problematic as I feel like some of these other ones can be.
We're gonna talk about that in the next segment. Yeah.
Love Jones, I have such a emotional connection to, because that was like me, my sister, and my cousin. She had one of them. My cousin was the cousin that had everything. And she had like the TV with the VCR.
Let's go.
Like made into it. I don't know how we got our hands on the Love Jones tape. But we watched that joint. Like, oh, that is so romantic. Oh, this is what love is, right? Like all of that. Because we're like 9. This is how all relationships happen. You're riding around Chicago with no helmet.
Hey,
motorcycle.
On your motorcycle.
It's okay for you to spin the block and date the dude's friend that you just dumped.
Yeah. Wow.
Right.
Yeah, so definitely problematic dynamics within that movie, but just from a nostalgia standpoint, can't get rid of it. I do not. Well, I have to ask this: Do our original One Gotta Go rules apply? As far as like, if we get rid of that movie, everything that's like associated with that movie.
Well, that's impossible for any of these.
Okay,
they're all in the same movies. Yeah, we literally can't do it.
They're all intertwined.
Yeah. Butterfly effect would be catastrophic.
Right.
Okay.
None of them would exist.
Yeah.
So, I do not like The Best Man. I didn't like it then. I don't like it now.
What is happening?
But that's not the one I'm getting rid of.
Okay.
I'm getting rid of Love and Basketball. Because.
Don't say it.
Oh, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. This movie has led so many Black women astray.
Oh, hey, young. Let's go.
God.
Let's go. Please pontificate.
She was
history. Go ahead.
Gaslit by this trifling, broken nigga from day one. She was his soft place to land when he had family issues. And then when he get a little bit of success and you don't know how to communicate to me, now you just going, oh, we out. You going to go be a big man, be in the league, make your money. Oh, cool. Forget all of our history. No problem. She goes on. She flourishes, overcomes, does the thing. And that... all that nigga has such a hold on her psyche. It was almost like fucking Ike Turner, bro, when it's like, you can't get rid of me, Ann.
Oh,
I'm in here.
Wow.
I'm in here. Right?
Wow.
So much so to the point where she's betting her future. This dude that she know is engaged. The audacity to be engaged to somebody else. Bring her around? But I'm so desperate to be chose by your ass that I say, hey, play for your heart. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. And then you lose. And then you take the scraps of his ass.
Got dunked on.
Saying, get dunked on.
He definitely dunked on her.
Get dunked
on her ass. Hey, gave her the elbow joke. Boom.
With a bad knee.
Gave her the Charles Barkley dunk, boy.
With a bad knee.
Right.
You in rehab.
They don't even dunk like that no more. Niggas don't play in the post.
Bruh.
And
then you gonna turn around and my heart we as teenage girls were taught that when he said 2 out of 3, whatever the fuck he says, our hearts are supposed to melt because he's like, on second thought.
Yeah, he figured it out. Yeah.
Hey,
Yes.
man.
Hold on. Naga Smash, say one thing.
No, bruh. No.
No, you may not.
Are we just going?
No, bro. When I tell you, it is so many.
Just let her finish, bro.
Right.
Let her finish, dog. Don't try to jump in that.
Oh man, she really been thinking about this.
Hey, that's how I know you ain't married, nigga. Stay out.
Hey, this show really not go, yeah.
I could I could literally go into the best man and be like, I don't like this relationship. This is toxic too, but I am a firm advocate of shitting on Love and Basketball anytime it comes up in a nigga's favorite movie of all time list. Tell me why. Other than the title, tell me because it says the word love and you like fucking basketball. Tell me what it is about that movie that was just so redeeming and just informed so much of positive imagery, relationship dynamics, tell me what it has done has informed in a positive way to how you have chosen to engage with whoever you deem attractive.
Let's go. Okay. So here's the fun part of One Gotta Go. Now we get this. So we all have our one that's gotta go. Okay? Now we get to argue. Now we can argue. Okay, so unpack, I should say. Now we get to unpack. Okay, we don't argue on the show. We unpack.
We unpack. We debate.
Yeah. But no, so I always laugh at that one. That is a newer thought, and I think it's because people growing up, and I think honestly, and we probably will just naturally transition into this conversation. We probably won't have to do a whole nother segment on it. We probably just naturally transition into how these movies impact relationships and expectations just in general. That's something we were going to talk about a bit later anyhow. So we probably can just naturally transition into it whenever we feel. I can almost argue, one, I don't necessarily disagree with you, even though I think that these movies, all of them were great because they did something that some of the white rom-coms or the more traditional by the numbers rom-coms didn't do. They had complex characters, all of them, right? And they really represented real relationships, because the problems you have with with Love and Basketball, I have with Love Jones. So I mentioned that there was a big fight that broke out, right? In fact, the most formulaic one to me is Brown Sugar, right? And Brown Sugar kind of came out towards the end of the golden era, and when you started getting bad Brown Sugar. If Wood wasn't on there, but Brown Sugar would be gone. I don't necessarily love Brown Sugar. It's a cool movie, but it's got bullet holes all through it. But nonetheless,
it's cute.
It's funny. It's but it's not. It's a dumb movie in many ways. But Love Jones to me is as problematic as you feel Love and Basketball is. Right? That fight broke out because Nina basically was gaslighting dude the entire time.
She's toxic as hell. Yeah.
Yes. Right. Okay. Super toxic. Her friend was extreme toxic. Okay. Why don't you go fuck his frenemy and see how he reacts to that? And because he reacted how you supposed to react to it, which is get out of my life, young. Everyone hated him. And so the point where at this event about 10 years ago, you got people that were our age now, 40-year-old people, up in each other's face arguing about whether or not she was right or he was wrong. It was wow, right? So to me, Love Jones gives me the reaction that Love and Basketball gives you. I would say Love and Basketball may have a hold on my heart because it's something, because the simple things like Paul said, it was a way to get boys into a rom-com. Basketball was the intro, it had hip hop and all this, that. Only pushback I do have for you though is that I think it's real easy to look at Omar Epps' character and just kind of make him one-dimensional. I could see that. But I think all of the stuff with his father, and maybe if the movie were a series, we would be able to unpack the stuff with his father more, the relationship he saw, how he was and we also forget that these were kids. They were kids. They were freshman in college when this happened. So here's a boy who's been on top of the world. He did love this girl. He loved her more than anything, but he never could really understand how to express that properly. Maybe the movie's failing is showing him how to truly express himself, right? But the thing that happened with his dad devastated him and crushed all his trust issues. Also, and I'm going to shut up after this so Paul can jump in.
Mm-hmm.
The movie tried its best to paint her and help you understand that she was also self-absorbed. Okay? She was self-absorbed. She really only cared about basketball. She loved him, though, but she really only cared about basketball because they tried to reflect that with her relationship with her family and how nasty she was to her family and how she never gave her mother a chance. Her mother had to slap her in the face at the end of the day for being wildly disrespectful and wildly self-absorbed. So maybe the movie, its flaws is that it doesn't do a good job of really helping you believe that about these two characters. But after seeing it 100 million times, literally watching it last week, I can see what they were trying to paint with him as a broken man, as Nargis pointed out, and her happened to be in with him at the peak of his brokenness, and then just kind of going along chasing his dad's ghost, right? And then with her being extreme self-absorbed, all the stuff that's going on in practice, blah, blah, blah. You all seen the movie. I don't got to break down the movie too much. And then them having this humbling moment together. But I could see how if as an adult, it doesn't land for you. So I don't have like a heated argument for you, but I do think that these movies are toxic on purpose to show you just adult relationships. I don't think they're supposed to do what, I don't know, name that white rom-com does, which is like, oh, at the end, flowers and love, Prince Charming wins his princess. I think they all supposed to show you like these just real people. And I think that's why we love them so much. That's my opinion on that. P, you want to jump in?
Okay.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to talk about. That we can't gloss over the fact of what happened that night with his father. You understand what I'm saying? Now, mind you, obviously, things could have been handled differently. And even Nargis, when you talk about the part where you're playing from my heart, because understand in his mind, you already shattered it before. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not saying it like in the aspect of like I have to be the catch or the prize or anything like that. That's not what I mean. What I'm saying is for him at that time when everything was going on with his pops, it was totally devastating, and all he needed for his girl to do was kick it with him. Was kick it with him. You know what I'm saying? Help him ease his mind. And I get it. Nobody we don't want you to be late for dormant. We know what's going to happen and all those things. But I'm just saying,
complicated.
Yeah, very much so. And I'm not saying that he handled it in the most mature way at all. But I can and understand something. As a man, in certain instances, when you don't and on top of that, like communication could have been a problem for him too, because sometimes when you don't speak up on stuff that truthfully matters to you, and then someone makes an action and you just allow it to affect you, it can, like Adam was talking about, it can carry that toxifying effect to it, because it's just building up in your mind, and just like, how in the world would Shorty not know how important this was to me when you understand what I'm saying? So like and she knows how close me and my father are. She knows that I live on every word that this nigga says. You know what I'm saying? And like that truth, and that aspect of my life is completely shattered. Like I said, not saying that he handled it in the best way, and not saying that he didn't, act like a sucker at times, but it's understandable.
Can I add one more thing real quick before you?
Go ahead.
No, my apologies. Just really fast. I also think that the end of the movie is super important because he ruined his life by going to the league early, hurt himself, all this, doing, trying to defy his father. He ends up in a role that's in support of her at the end. That last scene, that very last scene of him in the stands watching her, she lives her dream. She lives her dream. You know what I mean? And he is willing to give up to be with her. And again, that's just how I saw it, but I could be wrong. Go ahead, Nargis.
So I think she was gonna, all valid points, right? I think from her standpoint, it's like, okay, with the writers, I don't know if they were trying to do this or not. It's like, I don't think that she could empathize with what Quincy was going through because she wasn't trying to be like her mom.
Right.
Like she was trying to be the opposite
or her father.
of that. Or her right? I'm not trying to and maybe this is just the youngest in me identifying with you trying to make your own identity separate because you kind of gotta. You know what I mean? You gotta be self-absorbed. You gotta be laser focused in what you're trying to do because there's so many other things that are happening above and around you that you're not always the priority, even when you maybe should or want to be, right? So even that scene, you know, where I think it was when she was older and like, you know, her mom's talking about coming to the games and not coming to the games and like what that did or didn't mean, or like how she didn't like basically her mom's subservience to her dad. Yeah. Right. So she has that family dynamic that she's seeing. Meanwhile, the guy that she's with idolizes and wants to follow in the footsteps of this person who is like the provider for my family, in spite of the fidelity flaws that he seems to have. I can't relate to that, bro. What I can relate to you with that we both have in common is this ball and this hoop and this net and these shared goals that we have both connected on outside of the family, because that's how I love my family, but I have created an identity for myself that is independent from them because of where I know I'm trying to get to and what I need to do to achieve that thing. Meanwhile, he has that legacy that he has footsteps, he has shoes that he's trying to fill. She's trying to get a sneaker deal. Yeah. So I understand it. I mean, it's supposed to be a complicated story, right?
Yeah.
But I think that how can I say it? I think a lot of I don't like speaking in generalities, right? I think sometimes we have that conversation about the spin the block and do you let somebody spin the block or not spin the block?
Yeah.
90% of spin the blocks ain't it's not a good situation. Like you just need to let that be what it was, respect and honor what that was, and then move on and see what life has for you. Yes, it's a movie. We're talking about a fictitious situation.
Yeah.
But I think that for the audience that it was for at the time when it came out, the messaging can create a, not a healthy narrative.
Yeah.
In what those dynamics can and can't be from both sides.
Right.
But also, no, bro, like we've been friends. No, you're fine. But I'm just saying, like, if we're talking about fictional characters in a movie that is not real. So like I'm trying to ground myself in this. Like, nah, Quincy should have done this.
Nah, I mean, that's what stories are for.
Right.
Yeah, but I think I think things are balanced in both sides. But it's like if we were really friends first, right? Then the fact that there hasn't even been any communication from like breakup to in person is already crazy to me. Because I would think at some point there would have been some type of friend, like something in between.
So he called her. So I just watched this movie last week. It just sat down and watched her. He called her. He called her a couple of times. He called her when Magic Johnson got sick. He called her another time. It was like he named when she came to see him in the hospital, he named 3 times that he called her. And the joke was, oh man, it must be my machine. My machine be tripping. She was ignoring him, and fair enough. Okay. Because his issue with her was that all you care about is ball. Right? All you care about is ball. So in a very young, kitty,
nigga, all we care about is basketball. Sorry.
Yeah, but he Facts, but he was starting to see. So what happened with his father was it was causing him to see the world in a broader way now. Okay, the theme of the movie is one person falls out of love with basketball and they become toxic, and then the other person falls out of love with basketball and their life starts to fall apart. Right, so he falls out of love with basketball because his father represented basketball for him.
Mm-hmm.
He, as a very immature child, yes, and doing what he knows, tries to get her attention by talking to another girl. Terrible, wrong. He was whole wrong. Okay, he even admits it. I really just wanted your attention. Okay, they break up because he's all beat up and hurt. He goes on, his life starts to fall apart, whatever. She goes on, she stops talking to him, and her life starts to fall apart. One thing that's very important is that she had stopped playing basketball.
Mm-hmm.
She was working like an office job, and she was sad. She linked up with him. He had moved on. He had accepted that I can't have her back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I need to move on with my life. She came back, right? They were talking. He said, "So you're not hooping no more?" She goes, "Nah, I don't think, can't you you ever feel like you just don't need basketball no more?" And he goes, "No, I don't understand that." She sleeps on it and realizes the metaphor of basketball means the metaphor of being in love with him. And then they do the most part, and then they do the most controversial thing, which I cannot argue whether or not it's controversial or not. Honestly, if it's controversial for you, because a lot of people's going to be listening to this that's going to agree, that particular playing for my love thing is just a problem for a lot of women that watch this movie. And I get it. I have come to understand, Paul, I can't convince you whether you should like it or not. Okay. Right. But that scene of them battling out their love, I can see it as a full metaphor of they could have sat down and argued, really, and said nasty, horrible things to each other and then realized, oh my God, why am I saying this to you?
Both of them spoke.
That was their language that they spoke. So they had to go out. And this is where the dudes get it. And the hoopers get it real loud because, like, I ain't trying to be funny here. I've seen niggas almost get into a fight and be like, "Yeah, we about to hoop," and like have like the most aggressive, violent basketball game. And that's how they resolve their problem. Like, we cool. Like we had to go out there and hoop right quick. You know what I'm saying? So I think that for me and Paul, we could see in the basketball, like, he dunked on her because he was mad at her. You know what I'm saying? She was talking all that shit because she missed him. It was a metaphor, but I can understand how the metaphor may not work. And if you take it literally, it is like, yeah, the nigga played her for a heart. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay. But I don't have a strong, I'm going to end my thoughts here and we can move on to the next portion after Paul gets his thoughts. Mm-hmm. Because I really know, I mean that because I don't really believe that we're going to be able to like pick an absolute winner. So I'm going to end my thoughts with the thing that make these movies beautiful, besides Brown Sugar, maybe Brown Sugar, is that they are all about complicated people. Mm-hmm. So much so that Best Man made an entire like series of work about how complicated
to break down all those things. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So I just really want to commend these filmmakers because they were making these films as like invisible to everybody but Black people. Yeah. But means so much to us Black people, especially Black people of a certain age. And that's a hell of a feat because it's just like there's like this little universe of films that like mean as much to us as like, Citizen Kane means to like film buffs. So shout out to all of them. I can't get rid of any of them. That's my answer.
Right. But like what you were saying, Nargis, earlier about the fact that they were friends and all those things prior to, you know what I'm saying? I think that also, like I say, just speaking from a man's psyche, you know what I'm saying? That also factors in, like it factors both ways, because his mind might be going, damn, it's supposed to be like my best friend in the world, and my best friend in the world won't sacrifice this one thing for me, and that makes me feel a sort of way because in his mind, if the shoe were on the other foot, you wouldn't have to ask me to stay. I would just automatically do.
I get that. But in her mind, I watched and pitied my mother my whole life. So I ain't about to acquiesce and take the back seat to no man, not even the one that I love and care about.
Right.
Because I got these goals, bro.
And that's where the complication comes in.
And she never did. And she never did, by the way.
Yeah.
He took the back seat to her. That was what the basketball, I said this is my last one, but the basketball game was the final straw, but he ended up being in the background.
I mean,
for
he
her
hurt
so
his
she can live her
knee.
dream. Yes, I'm
It's
just saying.
it's not like, all right, I'm gonna retire unless you shine. Like, nigga,
I'm
you
just
have a
saying
bum
he
knee,
didn't,
bro.
but he didn't hate on her though. Like he could have. I mean, we all know. Let's just be honest. Like, you know, coming from where his father, the type of dude his father was, and needed to be in the front and was very controlling, right? So much so, you going to this school, you gonna go to the league. When I tell you you going to the league, I'm gonna go out in the middle of the night. You keep your fine ass in Gucci and gold, all that, right? Come being raised by that man, it's very difficult for that type of dude to play the background for anybody, especially when you are the star. So he could have, if they do a best man, a love and basketball series, you could have had parts where he was trying to be on Sports Center. He was trying to be the world's biggest sports broadcast. He's trying to be a coach. He's trying to be anything to keep up with her. The movie
So this
ends
would be
with
my
him.
counter to this. Because it's a
Please.
movie, and I don't want to cut you off. It's such a movie, right? Like, this is we are making a fictitious argument,
This is
right?
great.
Hey, let's go. That's what we do.
But given the context of when that movie came out, the WNBA wasn't shit.
Yes, true. It was like year one.
She was making $50,000 a year in that movie.
Yeah.
And he was still his dad's son.
Yeah.
That nigga was going to be good regardless, on or off the court. So, like, yes, they framed it.
No, he didn't have personal goals.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
His dad played for the Clippers in the 80s. And they made it seem like he was a pretty good player, but he was not like a legend because they made sure that you know, his dad, you should go get your degree. You should go. So I don't think he can live off. It ain't modern NBA.
No.
Okay.
I'm not talking financially living off of his dad.
I understand.
I'm talking being the son of.
Yeah.
And the weight of the importance and significance of the male league that is the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
And him gracing the WNBA game with his presence to support his wife.
Okay.
Because that's what the narrative would have been in that time. It's not Brittany Griner's WNBA of today.
Right. All right. Okay.
Hey, hands up, baby. Hands up, baby.
Hey.
It's like she made it, but they wasn't in Spain. Baby. You know what I'm saying? She playing for the LA Sparks or whatever the hell that team was.
Yeah, 1997. Hey, okay. Let's transition a bit because I think we kind of naturally going there. Shouts out to all these movies, though. Seriously, I meant what I said earlier. Like, these movies are so important to us. And I was talking to my wife about how it's just odd that this batch of movies came out and like defined black film. I'm gonna go through all the rigmarole. Maybe we could talk about this another time. We talk about like film and black entertainment. I just think what they did was an incredible feat, and we could talk about like the importance of those films and black film on another episode. I think that actually be a cool episode to do.
So I was listening to a conversation about just how American romance very much centers the men responding to the woman's emotions. And they don't always present fully rounded and developed men or just fully developed people in how complicated it is when it comes to, you know, pairing and matching and the ugly and messiness part of it. It's very much romanticized. Oh, there's a woman, there's like a really high, and then there's like a moment where her feelings are hurt. And then what is the grand gesture that the guy is going to do to make her feelings not hurt anymore?
Right.
And that in some other more international markets, like Korean films or movies, they don't necessarily use that same kind of cookie cutter framework that is kind of the same formula that's like you see over and over again in American stuff.
Yeah. That's fascinating. Grippy.
Yeah. And I'm not saying what you're saying. Do you feel like it pacifies women? What?
I think that not gonna take my delegate hat off.
Right.
You know, I think that it can condition you into thinking that you are the only person in the relationship with feelings.
Okay.
Right? So then it goes back to the whole provider, nature, nurture conversation that I feel like we always had. You know, it's like men are basic. Men aren't complicated at all. You just gotta feed them, smash them, and let them go play ball with his friends once a week. And your relationship will be fine. And that y'all are human, right? You're a lot 100%. More complicated than that. But we didn't talk about Think Like a Man.
I made a whole movie about In Response. I mean, that's what ISBC was in response to. I don't like those movies. I don't think I do recognize that people, especially that people enjoy them and people think they're important. I don't. I think anything that comes after like Brown Sugar really it started going downhill. The Tyler Perry stuff, the Steve Harvey stuff. I thought they were.
We clowned the hell out of Think Like a Man.
Yeah, that's
I'm not saying it's good.
No,
I'm just saying from a conversation topic.
No, and so I'm glad you brought them up because I think that's important and to your point about kind of centering the movies that we were talking about. I think these were just filmmakers that wanted to make great films. Mm-hmm. They were Black filmmakers who just had great ideas. They weren't necessarily hood movies or Spike Lee movies, right? So they weren't like these high art. One, Spike Lee produced a lot of them. He produced Love Jones. He produced Best Man. Okay. He Best Man. I might be wrong. The director Best Man. I could be wrong about this. I think he's Spike's cousin. I might be wrong about that.
Why not?
And he definitely produced Love Jones. He definitely produced both of them, but he produced Love Jones as well, right? So anyway, I think they just wanted to make movies about Black people that weren't centered around hood trauma necessarily or race trauma, right? And they just happened to be love stories, right? I think Love Jones was meant to be a love story, but it was just more about Black people in this pocket of Black people that people don't really talk about. The kind of like, the poetry scene, the arts loving. Yeah, just right. I think Best Man was just a movie about a group of friends that had a drama between them. I think The Wood was a coming of age story. I think Love and Basketball was a love story, but I think she really was just attempting to, and it's funny because you brought up, what's the movie, Nargis, that I was clowning you about, Beyond the Lights?
Beyond it, such a good.
She made that movie. She did Beyond the Lights. The director of Love Jones. Yeah, she did. And she did Woman King. Is it called The Woman King? The one with
I didn't like that movie.
But I'm just saying she still does stuff. But my point is, long story short, because I don't want to ramble. To your point, I do agree with it, and that's why I appreciate those films, right? The ones we just debated, because they were all complicated. Again, the Best Man series really breaks down all of the complications about friendships, about marriage. Not to spoil anything, but Taye Diggs and Sanaa Lathan end up divorced at the end of the day.
And that was a great talking point that me and my husband could have about
me and Jim. We rewatched the series at the end of the year. Yeah, like it doesn't leave you with this is right, this is wrong. It's like an actual debate. Like, yo, is it cool for her to just take that kid and go to? And even the friends argued in their argument. You could decide who's right or wrong, even in their argument. Does it matter that Taye Diggs is self-absorbed so much that he has to lose his child and see her once or twice a year? Yeah. Does his arrogance deserve that? Does she deserve to be free?
Does his daughter deserve that?
Does his daughter right? Does his daughter? Yeah. So I appreciate these films, and that's why I keep making the point that these films are different than your traditional American rom-com where it's formulaic, as Darkest just explained. Man falls in love with a woman, something happens, man got to get woman back. Yes, that does center and create unrealistic expectations. I believe most people are mature enough to just watch them, enjoy them. Just like I could watch two Bamas fight karate all day and not want to go out and do it myself. right? You know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily want to I don't even go on that rant. Y'all know that rant I'm about to go on. You can look at the reels to find out how I feel about that type of shit. But no, I do agree with that, but I don't think you necessarily go watch Korean films, go watch international films, because international films are dope. But really, we're making these films, or we're making these films, and I'm sure there's films like on Netflix and all these like kind of like black films that people kind of ignore,
right?
That are realistic, even Insecure. I was going to bring this up earlier. That's why I like the Lawrence and Issa relationship, because it wasn't pretty, and it wasn't. It left you with, some people really thought she's spinning the block. Why is she going? She taking care of that man kid? What the hell? People thought Lawrence was toxic. A lot of us thought Lawrence was justified. People thought Issa was toxic. The truth is, all of it's true.
They just rushed the last season. That's all.
Like most last seasons.
She just had to rush it. That's all.
Yeah.
I think if she had a longer timeline.
Yeah, I agree.
The resolution would have been a little bit better than what we were left with.
But isn't that to the point, right? Life isn't on a season timeline like a television show. Relationships evolve, and they do all sorts of stuff, right? You get married and you're still learning your partner and learning different ways to love your partner, and different your partner needs different things that they didn't need when you first met them, and then sometimes they revert back to what they needed back in the day. It's complicated. People are complicated, and so I think that, again, I'm just going to keep commending these movies we talked about, because they did a great job of just talking about human beings. These are just humans.
Right.
These are humans that are going through human things. Nobody in any of these movies was Prince Charming,
right,
or the damsel in distress that just needed a person.
Or the villain, right.
Right. And so, if you want to,
as the resident black person, it was just great seeing the spectrum of black talent.
Yes.
Okay, who's Tay-Tay's going to be in this movie?
Yeah.
Who's Sanaa Lathan going to be in this one?
But all of those stories, and like Adam was talking about, in that era and even in black film, are important. Whether we have a complete consensus on what we agree on, or whether we differ in, still doesn't matter. It's the fact that those stories are being seen, and it gives us the ability to, through fictitious work that are still based in merit, because it's still based in human interaction. It's still based in trust for someone. It's still based in love for someone. It's still based in jealousy that people may have on both sides. You understand what I'm saying? And like Adam, like both of you were talking about, it shines that light on the diversity of black people also. Like, it doesn't just have to be, Regina King on the stoop, drinking the last of the 40 and handing it over to Ice Cube. You know what I'm saying? So I think that showing all of these different type of relationships and the dynamics of them gave the ability to have the Love Jones Cafe. Gave the ability for us to gather and take works of art and then implement them into our regular life and see how the two correlate. So it's nothing but us to commend these people and pray that that stories continue to unfold in this nature and even get better.
I got a quick question.
Please.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, please go.
These would not fall in the rom-com category, but I'm just curious, how would you categorize a Jason's Lyric or a Poetic Justice?
So funny enough, I was thinking we left Poetic Justice out.
Or even Baby Boy.
So all right, here I go. I'm gonna keep this as brief as possible. There's a thing I'm interested in. And I was telling my wife, again, I just alluded to this conversation about black film and the evolution. Good God. My brain locked up.
Golly, I'm so glad you got that.
The evolution.
There we go. There we go.
It was locked up right here. I don't know what's happening, though, y'all. Y'all thought I needed the doctor for a second.
Yeah, restart.
Right. That man is buffering.
My Wi-Fi was down, dog. Oh shit.
Hey, Adam, you must be on my Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I'm on that bad Wi-Fi, dog. I need to get that Verizon. Anyway, the evolution of black film, right?
Yes.
From a certain standpoint. Again, you get the Spike era, then you get into the kind of like hood era, right? The early 90s, it was really like hood movies, Boys and Men, John Singleton, Hughes Brothers, you know, we know what they were, right? But John Singleton started to evolve himself. You know, you get higher learning, right? It still's got like this hood. It's from a very specific black point of view of like street dude goes to college, right? But still different. Then you get Poetic Justice. It's from a certain perspective. Street dude falls in love. He's not necessarily a street dude. He's a mailman. Right. But he's the gooniest mailman you could imagine.
The streets are very much close to him.
The streets is, if he weren't slanging mail, he'd be slanging dope.
Right.
But he falls in love, and the whole premise of that is that she had been with a street dude before, and she don't want another street dude. She got trauma from the street dude, but I'm gonna got popped right in front of her. Okay, Q-Tip, shout out to Q-Tip. Okay, so yes, that one matters, but it's like this natural evolution from there, and then you get like Have Plenty and these kind of like smaller movies that we never really talk about.
Shout out to Have Plenty,
right? Then Love Jones comes along, and Love Jones, the point I'm trying to make is that you can't get a Love Jones unless you have a Boys in the Hood, because now it's like we can tell black stories on a mainstream level, even though, again, if you walk down the street and find 5 random white people, they are not going to know any of these movies we're talking about, except for Boys in the Hood, okay, which is sad to me. But nonetheless, they birthed Love Jones. And then from Love Jones, you could kind of get like this kind of like comedian. Now it's like, yo, we can be funny too, right? And not like Friday funny and slapstick crazy funny, but we could be The Best Man, which has a lot of comedic elements to it. We can do The Wood, which is just a coming of age story, and which is really a comedy, but has some, you know what I mean? So yes, I definitely put Poetic Justice in it. Baby Boy, to me, does not count as a rom-com. It's definitely a rom-com.
Not
like
a com, but just a relationship movie.
Right. I don't think it is. And if it is, it fails at it. But because you talk about toxic, but I think what it is was an attempt. We love it because it came on BET all the time. It's got funny lines,
Guns
but it
and
was
butter.
but it was an attempt at a coming of age story from a super hood. To me, John Singleton couldn't quite figure out what he wanted that movie to be. Is it a hood ass movie? Like, is Jody a hood nigga, or is he a regular nigga in the, what is he? He killed Obama at the end. Like, so that's not a normal occurrence, man. It's not like something that every man can look at and go,
I mean,
Calvin
had to go. I mean,
no, he did. But what I'm saying is that's such a wild storyline.
Call the police.
Right. Yeah, I mean, because was threatening to kill him. But I'm just saying that it's not a relatable movie.
Right, for everyone. Right.
So I don't know what he was going for, but it was an entertaining movie. So I think black movies just are different. Until you get to the more formulaic ones in the 2000s, and it's not lost on me that those movies had major distributors behind them. Tyler Perry, Think Like a Man, and I think those you had.
That Kid Cudi joint was lit though. The cartoon one.
So you're landing the plane for me.
I'm sorry.
Thank you for landing my plane. We are now back in a renaissance, which you have to find these movies. Those movies that had this large distribution had to appease to a larger audience. You had to throw a little token white boy in the movies.
Right.
Okay? I don't count them. They are black movies because they mostly black cast, but I don't think there's anything real about Think Like a Man and the Kevin Hart movies. They just funny and kind of cute, as you would say, but they aren't. They're meaningless.
They don't have a lot of depth.
Calories.
You don't know if the writer's room is all black.
I don't believe they were at all.
Not.
Got it.
Not at all. And they fit into what you were saying about films that lead you astray, basically. So that's my thought on that.
I'm with
Finn.
So I hope everybody has a happy Valentine's Day.
For
hope
sure.
you all have a good Mother's Day. Enjoy yourself. For you single dudes, hope you enjoy All-Star Weekend. In your dunk contest and all that dumb shit. Enjoy yourself, man. Yeah.
I gotta say happy heavenly birthday to my mom. It's her
most
birthday
assuredly.
today.
Most assuredly.
Happy
most
heavenly
assuredly.
birthday. And much love to you, Nargis.
Indeed.
Thanks.
And all of the crew.
Yeah.
We all family. So
we receive it.
Definitely. So appreciate y'all, man. Today was a really good show. We'll be back on Wednesday with another one.
For sure.
We'll let you know what's going on at that time. All right. Remember to follow us on all social media except for TikTok. We're not fucking with it. So follow us on Instagram, MSR Tribe. Follow us on Facebook, Master Radio. Follow us on Threads, MSR Tribe. If you're listening to the show or watching the show on YouTube, thank you. Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Hit the notification bell. If you're listening to us on podcast platforms, remember, rate and review the show, share the show, do all of that stuff. We appreciate you. Thank you for supporting us. Nargis, great job. Thank you, sis.
Appreciate y'all.
Always.
We'll talk to you soon.
Always.
I'm Adam Butler. That's Paul Spann.
Black Man Spann exiting the building.
Yes, sir. Remember to be great. Free DC.
Elevate us.
DC.
We're up out of here. Peace.